All right, so this guy's asking me about my personal experience of being at a prop firm. He's asking me what I liked about prop, and he also says, well, he says here, I'm also at the stage where I wanted to quit my current pathway, medicine, to become a quant or some prop trader. I'll really appreciate your response. Okay, so the benefits that I got from prop were actually like really unexpected, and the types of like aha moments and learning lessons were again completely unexpected, or things that I did not expect. What I thought I would get is I thought I would get alpha, which is very specific to the market, and I did, like mainly from talking with other traders who were much further ahead of me. So that's like one big one. Like I learned a lot just by being in an environment where there was so many people which were so much further ahead of me. So that is like one really big thing that I recommend. Another thing that I learned, and I wish I learned this sooner, was the benefit of going up to another trader and opening up a conversation with them to just be like, hey, what are you looking at? How have you found the market lately? Is there anything that you've been trading? How have you been going for the past week or so? And if you ask that same series of questions to like a large number of serious traders, you'll get like a really good pulse or like a really good vibe check on whatever the current market conditions are. So for example, let's say you ask that series of questions to like 20 people, and let's say 15 of them are saying, oh my God, altcoin perps are going absolutely ballistic. This is like the freest money ever. Then it's like, okay, cool. Then I should probably lean more in towards that because these guys are performing really well in it. And it's not just one outlier. It's like, this is crazy. Alternatively, there could be a lot of guys which are struggling, and then there's or like the conditions are really hard, but there's one guy who's really crushing it. Um, that could be like an opportunity to learn a new insight. So it's not like, oh, I'm just vibe checking what the conditions are. I'm trying to confirm my original biases, but it's like if everything is really hard for a lot of people and then one guy is absolutely crushing it, it's like, okay, let's investigate, what is he actually doing. If he's doing the exact same thing as everyone else but his results are like massively different compared to everyone else, then the reason for that is most likely luck or positive variance. So, or he's just an outlier and there's nothing special that's happening there. But if he's doing something completely different, like while everyone is scalping altcoin perps, this guy's doing some weird poly market arbitrage, and he like put his scalping on pause. Then it's like, whoa, okay, let's investigate this. I want to see what else is happening with whatever, right? So I think that prop taught me a lot of like meta lessons. So like not alpha in terms of like, or like it didn't teach me like, yeah, sure, it was nice in terms of like all the trading stuff and like all the intraday stuff. But it taught me a lot in terms of like how to think about trading as a whole. So before I was at prop, I used to have this mindset of like, oh yeah, like I'm so passionate about trading. I love this. Like this is my dream. I want to be like on the leaderboard one day. Like I was really like fixated on trading for the sake of trading. But the boss at this firm that I was at, he was just like, yeah, like we're just here to make money. And the other guys who were performing really well, they didn't have this like feeling of like, oh yeah, like I'm super passionate about this game. It's just like, no, we're just here doing our job, and yeah, we're just here to make money, which was really interesting, and it almost like counterintuitive because I assumed that, oh, if I like hardcore fell in love with the game, that would really open things up for me. And like, sure, in the beginning it was good for that in terms of like how hard I was working, or like the sheer number of hours that I was working and to what intensity. But there came a point where it that type of thinking actually limited me because it made me like it put me into this box where I was like, Yeah, I am a trader who trades BTC and ETH systematically, and I'm really close-minded because I am a Bitcoin trader. I'm not an altcoin trader. I'm a Bitcoin trader. Like that's the type of thinking that I was at. Because I'm like, yeah, these altcoin guys, they're not cool. They're just degens. They're not like me. I'm a Bitcoin. Like I'm a professional Bitcoin trader. So like it put me in this very limited box, and I didn't realize that there's actually a lot of edge to be found outside of this box. And it was only after I had a conversation with another trader that I really respect. So we were sitting at a bar, and we just got some drinks, and he said this is what he said. He said a lot of younger guys, they obsess so much, they obsess so heavily about trading, and it becomes this weird ego, almost egoic, like an ego trip of the goal isn't to make money anymore. The goal is just to land on a leaderboard so that you can get some some weird status and reputation within a small group of crypto guys. And the thing that they're chasing is just this is status and respect between their peers, rather than seeing the game for what it is, which is just simply to find an edge, to execute on that edge, and to simply make money. Like that's it. And he said, if I knew that the bar from across the street from us was buying chairs for $20 each, and if I could convince this manager of the bar that we're sitting in right now to sell these chairs for $10 each, then you're going to be helping me carry every single chair across the Tam Road so that we could make that trade. And it really opened my eyes up to like, oh, so edge is basically existent everywhere. It's not only like if I want to go find an edge, or if I want to build an edge, I shouldn't limit myself only to financial products which conveniently have a liquid exchange with a very nice user interface built for me, so that I can execute the buy and sell function with with one click of a button, right? Edge Edge exists in so many other markets, and it showed me that like, okay, if I happen to find some edge with like, I don't know, arbitraging shoes on TikTok shop or something like that, like doing live social shopping on TikTok, and if that happened to make like twice as much than scalping altcoins, then I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna put the scalping altcoins on pause while I go and milk the TikTok thing for as much as I can. And then when that edge dies, I return back to return back to the altcoins. So the type of thinking is like, I'm only trading crypto because by pure coincidence, I just so happen to have an edge here. It's not that I think crypto is super duper awesome. It's rather I just so happen to have an edge here, and that's why I'm here. If there just so happens to be an edge elsewhere, which is stronger and more robust, then I'm probably going to go and gravitate towards that. So like prop showed me to be like, or prop taught me to be a lot more open and a lot more fluid with my pursuit of edge. And by the way, the firm that I was at, they weren't only just trading crypto. They're trading traditional markets as well. So like this idea that, oh, I can only trade one type of product and my edge must be here, and I'm this type of trader and this is the only market that I will ever exist in. It's very limited thinking. So yeah, prop taught me to really open my mind and look beyond that. Hence the like me making this video now, this is me doing social media arbitrage, because I think one, there's a huge mispricing with personal brands. Two, there's barely any competition specifically in crypto who's doing it like seriously, like barely anyone. And yeah, I think there's just a huge mispricing with it, and hence that's why I'm pursuing it. Because I also think it's very robust, because it takes a very significant amount of time to actually build a brand, and that in of itself is the moat. That is the edge. The units of time invested to build a brand, that is the edge. But like the raw difficulty of doing so is actually significantly lower than what most people would assume. So yeah, that's what prop taught me. Um, if you want to quit medicine to become a quant or some prop trader, yeah, the thing that I would recommend is just like go on job searching sites and just look at what are the what are the requirements to land a job at one of these firms. Not even necessarily as a trader, but like it could be anything, just as long as you're exposed in that environment. Dare I say, even a receptionist, like even if you land a job as a receptionist at a prop firm, that is still a win, because you still get to surround yourself with top traders. You can still have conversations with them. You can still like look to see how you can like integrate yourself into their team, etc. Like put your foot in the door or try to, and even if you fail, it doesn't matter, because you'll have a better understanding of what are the requirements that are needed to land a job in that industry. And then after you get a better understanding of what those requirements are, you can then start pursuing and closing that skill deficit for what is actually required. All right, I hope that answered the question. If there's still any other stuff that you want to learn, just hit me up in my DMs.